Hey everybody, welcome back to the half hour of power. I am Joe and Brandon is here somewhere.
I'm in the dark. Yo,
Oh,
Joe, come help me.
hey, um, he's still ripping the bulbs out of the ceiling, huh? All
Yeah,
right.
I'm still going through technical difficulties right now, which is there we go.
Oh,
I
there
saw the
we
light.
are. So here we are in our next edition of Frankenstein. What is the movie that is closest to the book? And finally, we're doing one I've never seen. I've never heard of this one either. So it's like, well, we've got to do this one. Had you heard of this one, Brandon?
No, I have not heard of this particular Frankenstein.
Yeah, and I looked at the cast on it, like, well, okay, got to watch that. Um, this is Frankenstein. It's a miniseries from 2004. It is we Brandon and I have taken to call it the Hallmark Frankenstein.
Yes, the Hallmark story
It's
Frankenstein.
apparently Hallmark made it. It's got Hallmark prominently in the titles.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean the production company, Hallmark Entertainment, Silver Star Limited, and Larry Levinson Productions made this. I don't know, man. 2 3 hour Frankenstein movies in a row is just rough for me.
well, yeah, because you did 3 hours on our previous show movie,
I
and
did, yeah.
then you did 3 hours with this movie. You're good.
Yeah, now the Frankenstein, the true story, I did watch all the way through. This one was actually in two parts. I did watch this one on YouTube, and both parts are on YouTube.
Yeah,
Where did you watch it?
I also watched it on YouTube.
You
Also.
watched it on YouTube.
Mm.
Okay. So yeah, it's two hour and a half parts right there on YouTube for you. If you, of course, you want the DVD or something else, there it is.
I want to say it was on Tubi, but I could be wrong.
Uh, could be. It could be. I just didn't even look. I just found it on YouTube when I was looking at Frankenstein: The True Story, and thought, gee, you've never seen that. We should watch it. So that's how I stumbled across that. That's how I found it, just by looking for Frankenstein: The True Story.
I mean, to me, it's a great movie. I mean, well, um,
Is it?
TV movie. Well, not great. I say I enjoyed it. Um, it was pretty good to me.
You sure?
Yes, because it was the closest to the book.
No, I didn't think it was terrible. I wasn't overly impressed with it, but it's not terrible. I'll say that. It's got some I don't know. I guess the Frankenstein, the true story has that, it does so much different, and it does have that interesting concept of the monster starting beautiful. I just think that's neat. Kind of like with Exorcist, the Dominion, the prequel to the Exorcist, where instead
Wait,
of
wait,
the
wait, wait,
demon
wait.
making
So you
the
saying you
possessed
like you
person.
you liked it, Dracula? You
Yeah, I
liked
did.
it, Frankenstein, the true story?
I'm saying I like that a little bit better. So it's not,
I, oops, yeah, hit my mic.
but
Ow.
you know what? I probably wouldn't watch this one again, and I probably wouldn't watch the other one again. So,
Oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, wow.
so does that make more sense, Brandon?
It makes some sense. But I mean,
But
this
I
one was
mean,
pretty. To me, it was pretty to the book. I mean, certain things, but it was pretty
certain
to the
things
book.
it was. Now the creature is really whiny and not mean enough for
Well,
me.
I mean,
He's not angry enough, I guess. He doesn't seem as angry at Victor as he should be to me.
well, it wasn't too angry in the book neither.
He was pretty angry in the book.
Well, not like that though. I mean, oh,
Well,
there we go.
oh! So your lights are angry at you. Now, what I mean is, in the book,
I'm
the
just let it be out.
mother is so angry at Victor that when he finds Victor's little brother, he kills him.
Well, he didn't kill him on purpose.
In the book, he kills him on purpose.
Oh yeah, because he was a revengeful guy. Yeah.
Yes, in the this movie, he kills him, but he doesn't kill him on purpose, and he's upset and remorseful about what he'd done.
Well,
And
also you gotta remember this is a Hallmark film.
that's not an excuse.
It is. What Hallmark
No.
film you seen someone actually just kill someone out of rage?
This one. Well, I guess because they were already dead, but I mean, he did like set a body on fire. But
One body.
yeah, one. But anyway, let us do the whole Rotten Tomatoes thing and see what does Rotten Tomatoes have to say about this movie.
Well, I bet Rotten
What's
Tomato
your
probably
guess?
gave some good scores.
You got a
So
guess?
yeah, I'm gonna say the critic score, and it's a Hallmark movie, so I'm gonna say the critic score gave it at least a 67.
Nope,
What did he give it?
nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Wait, it's a 2004 movie. How did not? That's surprising.
That's right. It
What
is
about audience score? They
not.
have that.
No, it's not on here. I absolutely cannot find this movie on here.
So they have an old 1973 Frankenstein: A True Story on Rotten Tomato, but they don't have the 2004 Frankenstein Hallmark Frankenstein.
Yeah, so they do not have, and I have searched. You know, you can search for actors on Rotten Tomatoes. Also, I've searched for actors. This has got um, William Hurt is in this.
Yes, he played a good part in there. There's a lot of
Yeah,
good actors in here.
yeah. I mean, Donald Sutherland is in this.
You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. So it's like it's not like there's. I mean, Julie Delpy is in this. It's not like nobody is in this. Ian McNeice is in this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just why would that not? I mean, okay, so it's not there. So once again, this is the second Frankenstein movie that we are talking about that Rotten Tomatoes just refuses to have on there.
It's our third Frankenstein
What do you mean the third one?
because we did 1910.
Yeah, that wasn't on there.
I wasn't on. It wasn't on Rotten Tomato.
No, it wasn't on there, but the Frankenstein 1973 was on there. That true
Oh,
story that was on there.
that's true. I got you.
The there was only two critics reviews, but yeah. So
Oh yeah,
this
that's
one,
right.
yeah, that was the thing about that. So this one, not on there at all. And all of this is coming to light for us after that article comes out about a month ago about how crappy Rotten Tomatoes is and how they manipulate the data for reviews and all of that. So here we go with another Rotten Tomatoes can't even be bothered to have a movie on their flipping website. I'm making an angry face. so um, we will go over to IMDb, which is the Internet Movie Database, which has this movie on here. What do you think the IMDb rating is?
I'm gonna say it's. I mean, I like the movie. I really do. I'm gonna say it was a 4,
4.
straight 4.
This has a 6.2 on there. So
Wow.
pretty average, middle of the road. So yeah,
That's
this is
4 points
another.
away from 10. I mean,
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. Good average rating. It's. I mean, we talked about the true story was a TV movie. This is
yeah.
a this is a TV movie, and it kind of feels like it, but I don't feel like the production values are bad.
No, I didn't know it was a TV
Yeah,
movie until after I did my research after I watched it.
yeah. I felt like it looked good. Had good production values. The costuming was good. The sets were good. Even the horses looked real. Oh, the horses were real. So the
Well, I
um,
like it because it kind of like the monster, and it's in the book. And like you, he's always in the shadows. He's like a vampire, dang on. You know, like you just see him running in the background, and if you're not watching, you won't pay attention to him.
you'll miss that long flowing jet black hair, those long locks.
Hey, he was beautiful. He was a beautiful creature.
Yeah,
The guy who played the creature, Luke Goss, I think. Luke Goss, I think I'm saying it right.
yeah,
Yeah, he played the monster pretty good. He gave him feeling.
yeah. He's pretty good in the role. I didn't think the monster looked bad. I don't know. The jet black hair did throw me off a little bit, but
Well, he was beautiful.
it was fine. I do like the way they make the skin more gray,
Yeah,
more like he is a walking corpse, a
more stretched
walking
out, eyes sunk in.
reanimated corpse. Yeah, I mean, I thought he look like he took a sharpie and painted on his eyebrows,
Wait, did
but
he have eyebrows?
he did. Um,
Wow.
I mean, that's not too bad that was there. He looked all right overall. There were a couple of shots when they were creating, and this one again. We talked about this on the last show. This one goes into a lot about how the monster was created, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, yeah.
So the whole grave robbing thing, he gets scolded by the grave robbers.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
I mean, they said he found the finest body parts, but it didn't. He didn't do it. He didn't go in the grave and go get those parts.
yeah, it was. He just dug him out. He pulled him out of a mass grave. So this one, yeah, I guess I have to say, out of the ones we've watched so far, this one is closest to the book so far.
I agree.
What? What?
It's the darkness.
Turn. Yeah. I mean, the only thing. So wasn't Victor in the book? Wasn't he going to Ingolstadt to study sciences already, and his father was happy about it?
Yes. His okay. So he always had the taste for knowledge and knowledge of creatures and how life works. And his dad was like ecstatic that he was going to university and I can't even say it. Ingolstadt?
Yeah,
Because
but
he lives in Geneva
but in
and
this
he went to Ingolstadt in
movie,
Germany.
right? In this
Huh?
movie, he's like, "Why are you going to go do that?"
Well, I think he was just doing it just the testing because he was just ecstatic that his son was so much into science. Because the dad, um, Frankenstein, the father, he was the most enjoyous person in the book. Him
Yeah,
and Harriet and Elizabeth. They always have something bright happiness with them.
yeah. So would you say that this movie gets the father the most right? Because
Yeah,
I
I
I
do.
thought that about the father of this movie too.
Yeah, I do. I think the father played. They did the father good, like real good. Even though when he lost his wife, you can tell that he was down, but then at the same time he was kind of still uplifting.
Yeah,
He did a good job. I like that. Um, I didn't like. Well, he went to school. He only was there for what, two two
yeah.
years?
The time I don't remember them telling us how much time elapsed in between him getting to school and actually starting to reanimate stuff.
Because he started with
But
well, he was
so
very smart. He was one of the smartest kids
yeah, so
in
he
the
goes
class.
and he talks to which he does this in the book too. He talks to Professor Waldman,
Hmm.
right? And that is William Hurt. And William Hurt gives him all those books.
Yeah.
Um, and he starts that. This one does use the electricity.
I like William Hurt's German accent.
Well, I guess we
Well,
have to
wait,
ask.
wait. I shouldn't say that because he might be German.
Well, I guess we'd have to ask an actual person of German descent if the accent was good.
That was good to me.
You think so?
Yeah, to me.
You think it was good? I mean, it sounded good to me, but I mean, and I'm saying I'm saying that because there's like a recently, like in the last couple of weeks, this article came out about how crappy Jimmy Doohan's Scottish accent was for the original Star Trek.
Wait, ain't he Scottish?
No, and I always thought he was pretty good,
I
but
thought it was too. Oh, I actually thought it was Scottish, but yeah.
yeah. So I mean, but apparently the experts say that's not very good.
Oh, they want the
Um,
the deep, rich Scottish accent.
yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, it was passable. It worked. I mean, I didn't know he didn't have a good accent. So, but anyway, that's what I'm saying. That, but I mean, William Hurt sounded fine in this movie to me. So I don't know if that would be. I don't know. It didn't bother me, but some of the experts might watch it and go, "Ugh." And like people who actually have reanimated corpses, they might watch this movie and go, "That's not how you reanimate a corpse. I've done it." So you might have that too with these movies. Um,
Mm.
so he does. What's he do first? He does a frog.
Yeah, so he tested on a frog first.
Now he sees this is before he goes to college, right? He sees a tree get struck by lightning, just
Yes.
like you just got struck by lightning right now. And he's in awe of its destructive power and what it could do. And he wonders, which I thought this was kind of interesting. He wonders if it can use that power to destroy, what if we could harness it and use that power to create?
Right.
Which is kind of what we did anyway by harnessing electricity and all of that fun stuff. Um, so he starts shooting electricity through this frog,
Yeah.
and the frog didn't move for that long, right? But it moved, reanimated. And when did he do the dog? How long afterwards? Because I don't know. I just thought this was kind of ridiculous, where he's like remembering when his dog gets run over when he's a younger man. Right, I don't know, must have been a year before he went to school or something. And then, of course, he's walking down the street and there's a dog that gets runs over. So he picks that dog up, takes it upstairs, and electrocutes it. And it gets up and looks at him, but then it just falls back down and dies. So it's not enough power to bring it back to life. Kind of neat, but he's just picking a dead dog up off the street that just got mangled and run over by a horse and a wagon. What did you think about that, Brandon?
Well, let's see. It was so.
It's all right. Yeah, you can take it or leave it.
Yeah, because I mean, it harked back to when his dog got ran over by their carriage, and then watching this dog get ran over kind of brought back memories. And he kind of was thinking, I wanted to bring back my dog, so let's try this dog. And he brought it back to life for a short moment, but
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, I mean,
yeah. So he tries to tell William Hurt this, and William Hurt tells him, "No, you can't be doing that. No, stop it." And he does it anyway. Of
yeah,
course. Of course he does. He
He was. I mean,
he ends up,
so he
of
kept
course,
everybody kept telling him, "You can't play God. You cannot play
yeah.
God.
So
It's
of course he
blasphemy."
ends up stealing bodies and putting them together and making the man, and needs more electricity. So he does this. This is pretty much. He does it there in town in a room above his room, so upstairs on the third floor. I mean, that's pretty much
Yeah,
how it was in the
and the
book.
professor helped him set it up. So
Yeah, so that he helped him set up his laboratory. So then he gets everything ready and he electrocutes this guy, this corpse, and it comes to life. So I thought this was kind of neat. The coming to life, it wasn't that impressive, was it? I mean, it just kind of happened.
well, I'll say this. I kind of liked it a little bit because every other Frankenstein movie, he comes alive and then he gets right on up. And this one, he came alive for a moment and then he thought it was a failure, but then he realized that it wasn't a failure. And then the
Yeah,
monster was trying to like help him. Actually, he wasn't trying to attack him, but he attacked it and ran and screamed and fell asleep in front of a church.
yeah, and what I mean by it not being that impressive was there wasn't a lot of explosions in the laboratory. There wasn't a lot of. It just kind of was like, and I kind of thought this was nice, a little more subtle, I guess is the right word. It
Yeah, because I mean, you gotta
did
think
the
he's in a
electricity
hotel.
electrocuted him, electrocuted the corpse. He thinks it's a failure. The corpse kind of gets up and does what you said. A lot of times there's a lot of like it might blow something up in the lab. There might be a little fire. They got to get out. Then they turn around. The monster's alive. So I did kind of like how a little more subtle it was in that
Yeah.
respect. But yeah, then Victor runs away and goes to sleep on the steps of a church, which it's not what he did in the book.
No.
I mean, the very first movie got that right. What's the problem?
Well, honestly, I thought since he kind of like passed out, you know, and the monster was standing over him, that was as I took it as that was part from the book since he didn't make it to the bed, but he was, you know, and him coming through seeing a monster. But I was like, well, Henry was supposed to come wake him up, but that didn't happen. Uh, so I mean, it was a good little twist to it. And then he grabbed Victor's coat and stuff. Well, at least he knew what pants was.
Yeah, yeah. He got pants, and then also his journal,
Yes.
which I mean that's in the book, right?
Yep.
You remember that he's got his journal. So, uh, and then there's a lot of just Victor whining.
Well, he was like, what was he? He was sick for a good minute.
Yeah,
He had was it pneumonia? Ammonia?
yeah,
And I mean, he was hallucinating. He attacked Henry. He thought it was the monster.
yeah.
That he was
And then
hallucinating, and some people thought it was crazy.
yeah, and then of course the monster goes around the countryside and steals some food and doesn't understand why everybody's upset with him.
Yeah, they started attacking him.
Of
And
course,
it was so
he
funny. The whole town was attacking him, right? But nobody didn't want to go into the woods.
no, yeah, they yeah, he got here. Now the thing about this guy, and this is kind of really why I brought up his jet black hair.
Hmm.
He didn't look that. He didn't look very monstrous.
Well, in the book, they don't say how monstrous he looked.
No, they don't. But he's like monstrous in the book. So if that dude, if I see that dude in Walmart with a coat on and jet black hair, black eyebrows, he might look a little pale, but I'm not really going to look at him and go, oh my God, it's a monster. Everyone get the pitchforks and torches and get him.
Well, you gotta think nowadays, no. In this time period, no, but in that time period, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man. He didn't.
I just think it's
At
like if it
least,
was a burn, if it was like a burn victim walking in their midst, you know,
yeah.
they, oh my god, he's a creature.
I mean, at least in Frankenstein, the true story, he did look monstrous.
Yeah, I mean, not
When,
that much.
well, I mean, he looked all scarred and deformed, and
Yeah, he
when
had
when when
some warts and
all that reversing
skin
was
blemish.
coming, his brow ridge became a little bit more prominent. He started losing hair. I mean,
He didn't lose that much hair.
he started losing his hair. And I mean, this one, he's got a full head of hair. It's not gray, it's jet black. I don't think he looks as monstrous. He's just taller than a lot of them.
He
I
looked
don't
kind
think
of
he looked. I
monstrous.
don't think he looked like you're taller than me. I don't run around and go, "Oh my God, Brandon's a monster,"
Well, my eyes ain't sunk in, and I don't have like my skin been torched for days, and I'm not gray.
and you don't have jet black hair.
No, I don't. I got this. I don't even have any hair.
Well, you're wearing a hat.
That's why I got to wear a hat because I don't have no hair.
Yeah, but still, even if you were running around with jet black hair, being taller than me, I
Well, if I
wouldn't
had
go,
hair
"You're a
like that,
monster." You
well,
would
Joe, if I
not.
had hair like him, then yeah, I would say you need to call me a monster because that hair would be too beautiful,
It would
and I
be
couldn't
too big.
stop.
You'd be running around and like crimping it and all that, and trying to
Yeah,
look
I'd be
like
like,
Paul
doing
Stanley
it.
or something. Yeah,
Each word to come out. Yeah, Joe, you
yeah.
know
So I
I
mean,
like the movie so much.
I just think he could have looked just a little bit. I
Oh
think
God,
overall, I think I
if I
think
had jet black hair, my light would stay on. Stay on.
he looked all right overall. It's just if you see that dude dressed in a suit, of the day, and even peasant clothing of the day, I don't think he looks that as monstrous. Or I understand that if he's in somebody's house and they don't know who he is, like, get out of our house. Yeah, I get that. But if he's just walking down the village, he's fully clothed. I don't see how they're going to look at him. Oh my God, he's a monster! I'm just a tall
I
dude
mean,
with black hair.
and he probably had a foul odor too. So
He probably did have a foul odor. I mean, we don't. He did steal those clothes, and he was sleeping in them out in the woods. But
I mean, he
still,
never washed neither. So I mean,
still, you think he looks as monstrous as he could have looked, and I don't.
well, I mean, I was just, I mean, it's like the book, and
Yeah, but I mean, the book leaves it open to interpretation,
it's
of
true,
course,
it does.
and I didn't like the way they interpreted it for this movie. I think he probably would have looked better if he didn't have hair.
It would look like the Robert De Niro Frankenstein.
No. No, we're not there yet. We're not going to start ripping on him yet. We'll get there. But I don't know. The actor did a fine job. I had no problems with his performance.
Mm, no.
He played it the way they wrote it. He wasn't as angry and vengeful as I think he should have been.
Well, I mean, I
He
mean, like you said, he was like passionate about his kills.
he was
Cause
upset about him. Yeah, he was passionately upset about
yeah, cause
his
he killed.
skills.
Well, when he set up, was it Josephine?
Yeah, Justine, he set her up.
Justine, yeah, set her up. He felt
He
sad
still
about
set her
that.
up. But he was saying stupid things too, like I loved her and wanted her to love me.
Yeah, I didn't
So
get that one
then
because
why did he
honestly,
set
I
her up to
thought
be
that that's
killed?
what when he went to go get the body from when they hung her, and when he went to go get her body, I thought that was the body he was going to present to Frankenstein.
You
To
know, I thought the same thing. I thought the exact same thing. That I thought
yeah,
maybe he had that happen to her so that he could have her reanimated so she would love him. But I
hmm
mean, that's the whole thing when he finally decides that, yeah, I'm going to go talk to my maker after he messes up meeting Lacey,
hmm
the fiddle player. Those were some kind of neat little scenes there.
yeah.
But
I
I
mean, I
mean,
didn't know they added a daughter into it, which I don't think they
yeah,
should have had, and then he didn't
she
get to
didn't
set
need
their
to be
house
in
on
there.
fire. So,
Yeah, like why did that happen? Why did he set the house on fire? There,
because when it,
there again. Now that moment in that he's in the house,
mhm,
the daughter there, the little girl is not upset with him being there.
nope.
Lacey, he can't see. He's just playing the fiddle and they're dancing. He seems to be okay. Nobody seems to be in distress. They run in there, and the exact first thing they want to do is stab him in the face. Oh my God, it's a tall guy with jet black hair. How dare you have better hair than me? Oh. Now, if the little girl was scared and kind of in distress, I could kind of understand it a little bit better, but she wasn't. She was having a good time. But they were just like, get away from her.
I want to say they added her in that part because in the book, he saved a little girl from drowning, and they end up shooting him.
Yeah.
So I guess they
Yeah.
probably put those two parts together.
Now,
Um,
you bring that scene up.
yeah,
Why did they put that in this movie?
because honestly, I thought that she was gonna fall in the little lake when she was counting the ducks.
Yeah, I thought they were going to kind of do the Karloff thing with that.
Yeah,
But I mean,
that would have been
how
funny.
many times has that scene where he saves a little girl and then they shoot him been in one of the movies?
Uh, Boris Karloff?
I mean, you can't think of one yet.
No.
So I mean, there we go. I mean, we came up with numerous ones for Dracula where they're like, this has never been in any of the movies, and here is this where like, well, you that's a really cool scene, and you can really kind of see why the monster is so angry. But like we have been talking about, they do spend a lot of time focused on the creation of the monster, which is not in the book. And
Well,
they spent a lot of time on this dude's jet black hair.
you're not gonna let the hair go.
No, I'm not. I really think that if there was something wrong with his hair, it would be more. His freaking hair looked like he combed it every day.
It's just dead hair.
His hair was fabulous. John Peters would love his hair. Look at
Well,
that! It's John Peters' hair.
I like the fact that you know they stuck with the part where um and people don't know this. Now everybody know this. So him and Frankenstein, the creature in Frankenstein came up with the deal of him making him a mate.
Yep.
Um, he makes it the mate, and then he burns his book,
Yeah.
and then at the same time, he's like thinking like, oh my god, what if she don't like him and she goes on a rampage, or oh my god, um, what if they had children?
Yeah, exactly. So in this movie, and I couldn't remember if it was this way in the book. In this movie, the monster is there and he's really pleased with the corpse so far that is going to be his bride.
Hmm.
And then he says, and we will have a family together.
Yes.
That part in the movie is when Victor's like, oh, snap. I didn't think about that. And then he says he's not doing it. Is that what makes Victor snap in the book?
No. No, because
What do you remember what it was? You do?
I didn't hear that.
Oh, you remember what it was that makes Victor not want to make the bride in the book?
Um, he didn't want to do it because he didn't think it was fair. Because remember, this is after the creature had killed his brother.
Yeah.
So no, he didn't. And the other thing too, Victor knew that the creature killed his brother and set up um, Justine.
Mm-hmm.
And So back to that. So he was thinking about that, about creating it and I love, but the monster didn't come in and say all that. The monster was actually watching him
Yeah.
through the window, and then when Victor realized that, then Victor destroyed the female bride. He ended up destroying it,
Yeah. Okay.
and he ended up throwing it in the lake. Um, then he comes back to shore. He was charged with murder, and
Yeah,
guess who he murdered?
that's kind of in the movie too. That's kind of like, okay.
Well, the monster does tell him that I will kill everyone that you love.
Yeah, and how does and Victor's like, all we have to do is stay right here or go over here and we'll be safe.
Yeah.
What?
So for the monster to be how big he is, he's
Yeah,
moving like super silent, like a ninja. Like he's just jumping into place and going here, going there, and like nobody knows. It's like crazy.
I think that hair helped him.
Is the hair because it covers his face.
I think so. I think so. Okay, so did we talked about him killing the boy, William?
No, we didn't.
I think we talked about it in the very beginning, but I mean he says he's trying to find Victor and the boy is scared of him because I mean he's what was he 11 in the movie and
He was
he's
young.
out in the woods and of course you're going to be scared of a tall dude out in the woods like that. So he picks him up and smothers him.
Yeah,
Not on purpose in the movie, and
yeah.
he's
He's
very
trying to
upset
keep him
about
from
that.
yelling.
Yeah, he didn't want him to yell and scream. And which okay, he's just trying to ask him where Victor is. And he's very upset about killing the boy. Now in the book he intentionally did that and has no remorse about it because he's wanting to hurt Victor and he's wanting to kill everybody around Victor. I think you just said this that Victor loves. He's going to kill everybody around him. And then that's when he frames Justine, which I think in the book he did that on purpose and didn't care about it.
No, he found when they was searching
Yeah.
for him. He walked in there and stuck the locket in her pocket.
Yeah. So he knew that that would hurt Victor.
Yep, because
So
she's been
and
a
that
lifetime
did hurt
servant.
Victor. And then yeah, we already talked about that. He pulls her down and he's like, "I'm very sorry for this. Please forgive me." What?
Well, he finds God. Um, if you notice that,
He went down to the river to pray.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, every time he's
Okay.
around like the cross or anything like that, he's like, "I am so sorry, forgive me." He laid Justine in front of a little altar, little
Yeah, he did.
thing.
He took her to the church,
Yeah. So
but he did not get her to the church on time.
you are not. But also too, what I liked about it was all the people that he killed was exactly like it was in the book. And the
Well,
people, it
pretty
wasn't
close.
he wasn't just doing any types of kills. He was only killing people Victor loved.
Yeah, yeah. So we get to. So we already talked about the bride.
Yeah, we talked about the bride. We talked about
Destroyed the
Henry.
bride. Killed Henry.
Yeah, he
Did
got
he?
locked
Did
up for
he?
that.
Did he kill his father?
No, well, I mean, you might as well say he did.
Yeah.
I mean, he died of a broken heart.
That's true.
But
And
that's
then
that's
well, yeah, because he killed Elizabeth.
yeah, he killed Elizabeth, and
We got that.
then he had a broken heart, and he literally in the movie, he basically does chastised him in the movie, like he was like, "You brought this upon everyone."
Well, he did say, "I love you, Victor, but I don't know who you are anymore."
Yeah, but he said, "You brought this curse upon our family."
And he did say that, but he still loved his son. So
Yeah,
Then Victor decides, yeah, I got to run off, and then um, the creature leaves a bunch of clues
Yeah, which was weird. He
for
left
yeah.
him on
So
like a which is funny because remember when Victor was a kid and he killed a bunny? Now
yeah,
all these notes are left on dead bunnies.
yeah. Eat this dead bunny, my father. You will need this strength. I don't know. So let's. I don't know. So then there's the wraparound story also where he is in the Arctic telling his story to the captain,
Yep.
and the captain is Donald Sutherland, not Tom Baker in this one.
Sorry.
Gesundheit. Um, and I mean, all that's in the book.
Yep.
So Victor dies right there. The monster comes in and takes him.
Yeah, that was weird.
And
Because
then
in
the
the book
movie
he's
ends.
like, "Oh, my father, he is gone." He said, "I'll take my life. I'll build a bonfire and burn myself to ashes to get rid of the creature that my father had made." But yeah, he jumps out the window and then that's it.
Yeah, credits. Roll credits brought to you by Hallmark.
Yeah, that's funny though.
So that's where it ends.
Yeah,
It had some nice cinematography and it had some nice shots. Like we said, the production values we thought were pretty good.
it was a Hallmark production. That's basically almost every Hallmark movie.
You're telling me every single Hallmark movie looks like this one?
Yes,
How many Hallmark movies have you seen?
too many.
Oh no. You're
It's
gonna
always
make
the
us
Hallmark Christmas specials.
you're gonna make us do a Hallmark Christmas
No,
special, aren't you?
no, no, no. Please, no. Come on, thank
I
you.
am getting a sense that you want to do a Hallmark Christmas special come
I don't.
Christmas.
No, 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 no. I'm tired of them because it's always a Hallmark Christmas love romantic movie
Hey
every
Brandon,
year,
I bet we've got some
and then
bet
Thanksgiving.
I bet we got some people out there that want to hear us talk about a Hallmark Christmas movie.
As long as it's not the Christmas Carol.
All right, everybody. You have spoken and we have heard you.
No, I didn't hear you.
We are going to do a Hallmark Christmas movie this Christmas.
Oh my god.
Just one.
Oh god.
We'll do just one.
How about no?
We got to do it now, Brandon. People want us to do it. I'm hearing them crying out for it. Just like they're crying out to have jet black, long flowing locks, just like this creature in this movie. They all want that kind of hair. They want us to talk about a Hallmark Christmas movie come Christmas.
Oh god.
You brought this on by telling me how big a
It's
fan you are.
I'm not, I'm not that big of a fan. I was a kid. I had a choice.
Oh, we're gonna dig deep into the '90s Hallmark Christmas movies, late
They all
'80s Hallmark Christmas movies.
in early 2000.
Okay, we'll do it. We're gonna do it. It's settled then. It's settled. And no, when we started the show, everyone, we did not think we'd be talking about Hallmark Christmas movies, even though this was a Hallmark movie.
I guess this would be a Hallmark Halloween special.
This is our Hallmark Halloween special. Yes,
I'm just
we
saying.
do all kinds of movies and all kinds of different things.
They
Okay,
always come out with a
so
movie during the holidays.
did we miss anything with this movie?
No, no, no.
I
One thing
think
I do, I have a gripe about. So
you have a
those
gripe.
the Undertakers, um, They beat
Yeah.
Frankenstein up and said, if we catch you out here again, you're gonna be amongst them.
Mm-hmm.
He's been up there like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, he went up there quite a bit.
Yeah, and I'm like, they didn't do nothing. They ain't all right, whatever. That was it.
Hmm.
But no,
And yeah,
I mean, it was a good movie to me at the moment. That was that's the closest to the book.
yeah, I have to agree with that. So far, out of the ones we've watched in this run, this is the closest so far.
Yeah. So, and then, like I said, I even though it was 3 hours, I did enjoy it more than I did Frankenstein: A True Story. Just,
Fair enough.
just
All right, Brandon. So, what should people do if they like what we're doing here?
you guys like, subscribe, follow us on Spotify and iTunes, and hit that notification button. I said it right this time again. I'm so happy.
Very good. Very good. All right. And we'll talk to you all next time.
Later, guys.